on April 11th, I jumped in the race. Keith Regier was there. It was an exciting day, crazy day actually. And on the next day, April 12th, the House Speaker, Austin Knudsen, came up to me and said, Al, you can't be running for this race. You have to say you're running, you're exploring it, but you can't be running. And I said, Austin, what gives? I'm not going to go out and say, oh, by the way, I made a mistake yesterday. So tell me, what's behind this? And he said, look, Al, he says, I got a call from Washington, D.C. And they don't know who you are. You've never been vetted. And you've never been to their charm school. So you got to get out of the race because they don't want you there. And I said, Austin, did you tell them the seat belongs to Montana? And then, you know, thinking that it was over, I went back to my business. And 2 days later, on a Friday, we had 2 people fly all the way up from Washington, D.C. to talk to me. All right? And when I sat in front of them, I got permission from my majority leader to go early and leave my appropriations meeting and to go and talk with them. And the meeting sort of went like this. It went, I felt like I was 17 years old. I was late for curfew. Right? I crashed the car. I had a DUI and the sheriff was holding me. And oh, by the way, I had to tell my mom and dad that my girlfriend was pregnant. And that's about how that conversation went. And I cut it off short. At 55 minutes, I remember exactly. I said, you know what? We obviously are going to have to agree to disagree. You know, I'm running in this race for Montana, not for you. And then the third time, I did go back to Washington, and I talked to their bosses at the National Republican Senatorial Campaign Committee. And they were actually very polite. And they said, Dr. Olszewski, we only have one metric that we're looking at. If you have won a statewide race, then you can be one of our candidates that we will approve of. But if you haven't won a statewide race, then we don't want you in the race. And I said, thank you for being honest, because now I can go back and campaign that I am not your guy.